Hi, it's Michelle Talley from Kid Tonawanda. I'm here with Misty Hofert today. Misty is from right here in Western New York and has a terrific mom blog called Winging Motherhood. Misty, how long have you been doing the blog?
About 2 years now, shortly after my first daughter was born. So I was inspired to start the blog after having my daughter and turning to the internet for a lot of things. I came across a few other blogs, and some of them were great, some of them not so great, so I wanted to put together things that I found helpful to me as a mom. So on the blog you'll find a variety of things, all kind of related to motherhood in some way or another. Sometimes it's just advice, sometimes it's things that I've learned, things that make life a little bit easier, product reviews, and anything that I think somebody else may find helpful.
Misty, what are you going to show us today?
I'm going to share all of the essentials for packing a diaper bag. So when it comes to diaper bags, there's a lot of options out there, and it really just comes down to your personal preference. Something that I have found to be really easy, it's called a Tote Savvy. So it's not actually a diaper bag, it's a diaper bag insert, which is great because if you have a bunch of these totes already from your pre-mom days laying around, you can pack it and then pop it from tote to tote so that you always have everything that you need and you don't have to worry about forgetting anything. So obviously you have your essentials. You need diapers, you need wipes, you probably need some butt cream just in case. So this has pockets for everything, as most diaper bags do. So you've got your diapers in one, wipes in another. I will say, Bets and Any, since you're probably local if you're watching this, they are actually a local company. These wipes do not have any chemicals, so I really love these. So I always make sure I have these, and because there's no chemicals or anything, you can use them for all the stuff. So if you've got a toddler who has a runny nose or makes a mess, you can use these too. They're not just for wiping baby bottoms. So depending on how long you're planning to be out, and again with kids it can be unpredictable, I usually try to plan for at least one diaper for every 2 hours that I'm out. And I always keep a spare in the car as well because again, you never know. But that's a pretty good rule of thumb, one diaper for every 2 hours. It's very rare that I've needed one beyond that. Diaper cream, something that I find that is really great to have when you're on the go is a diaper cream applicator. So this is called the Tush Swiper. It pops right onto your diaper cream tubes because when you're out and you've got to put this stuff on, you don't always have a place to wash your hands, especially if you're doing like in a restaurant or in the back seat of the car diaper change. This way you don't have to worry about getting that diaper cream under your hands and worrying about how you're going to get it off. Something else that I always have with me is a wet dry bag because you never know what's going to happen. Blowouts happen, spit up happens. So it's nice to have a bag that you can keep those wet or dirty clothes in so that way they don't get all over everything else that's in your bag. With that being said, it's always a good idea to have an extra outfit. Most people remember the extra outfit for the baby, but don't forget an extra shirt for yourself. I always have just an extra tank top that I tuck in with my onesie that I keep in there because again, if you get spit up all over you, sometimes you're going someplace important like church in the morning and you probably don't want spit up all down your shirt. So don't forget an extra shirt for yourself. Burp cloths are nice to have as well because you can use those sort of as a protection, but that extra shirt for you is going to be important too, and it doesn't take up a ton of space. So most diaper bags will come with a changing pad. I've never actually found one that doesn't. This one just kind of tucks right in the middle because again, if you're out and about, you never know where you're gonna have to change a diaper. Somebody else's house, they probably don't appreciate you doing it right on the floor. Restaurants, places that have diaper changing stations, the thing that pulls down in the bathroom, you're still gonna wanna put a little extra layer there to protect your baby. So again, most of them come with one. They're usually a size that's big enough, but you can also, if it doesn't seem like it's big enough for you, you can always get an extra one as well. If your baby is teething, don't forget the teething gear. I always carry something called a munch mitt because I can strap it right on my daughter's hand and she can munch away and we don't have to worry about it going anywhere. Or teether toy plus a pacifier clip. My first daughter took pacifier, the second one wants nothing to do with it, but I still keep the pacifier clips around because they work great for tethering that teether toy too. So you can clip it right to the baby and again, you don't have to worry about stuff hitting the floor that way. Speaking of pacifiers, Pacifier Pouch is nice because when you toss that pacifier in the diaper bag, it can get dirty really fast. Or I actually recently found these from Dottle & Company. The pacifier actually folds in on itself. So it stays out when you need it to, and when you're done with it, it pops into itself. So that way you don't have to worry about it mixing in with everything else. Because don't forget, your baby's going to be sucking on this. A hat is always something that I keep on hand. In the wintertime, I don't necessarily keep it in the diaper bag because it's usually on my baby's head before we leave the house. But even in the summertime, you're going to want something to keep the sun off. Don't forget, if they're less than 6 months old, they can't wear sunscreen. But if they are older than 6 months, sunscreen is definitely something I recommend keeping on hand. I always carry sunscreen, even in the wintertime, because the snow can actually reflect the sun rays quite a bit as well. So sunscreen, especially in a small travel size tube, is always something that's handy to have in your diaper bag as well. If you are formula feeding, obviously, you know, formula containers, bottles, things like that, this insert actually has insulated pouch, so you can keep it, you know, warm, cold, whatever you need. I usually carry a water bottle around with me too, and that can fit in here as well. If you are nursing, you may not necessarily have to worry about formula in bottles, but a nursing cover is always handy to have. I really like this one. It's from a company called Nursulette. Because not only is it a nursing cover, but it's a shopping cart cover or high chair cover if you're in a restaurant, and it also works as a car seat cover as well. So one thing does a lot of jobs, that way you're not taking up a lot of space in the diaper bag. Some other basic essentials, which you probably carry in your purse already. Tissues. I always carry BandAids, maybe not necessarily for my baby, but for my toddler. Fingernail clippers and a nail file. You never know when you're going to need that stuff. And again, it's stuff that you could use for yourself or for your little ones. Last but not least, we usually travel with a blanket of some sort because, again, you never really know where you're going to need to set your baby down. It might get chilly depending on where you're at. Restaurants can be cold, other people's houses, where you just want to have a little separation between your baby and where you're going to be setting them down. So a small blanket doesn't have to be super heavy, again, just so that way you have a place to set them down when you're out and about. So don't forget, your diaper bag is probably going to act as your purse as well. So I really like this insert, again, for the reason that not only does it have enough pockets for all of the things that I need for my baby, it has all the pockets that I need for all of my stuff as well. So my phone usually goes here. It's on the outside when it's in the bag, so it's super easy to access. Flip it around. Wallet goes in this pouch. Again, super easy to access. Keys go right on top so they don't end up buried at the bottom of your bag, so you're not searching for them, because sometimes these bags can become a black hole. And then down here I keep lotion, chapstick, you know, all the stuff that you would carry, again, even if you didn't have your baby with you. So again, this is the Tote Savvy insert. It's really nice because it fits into whatever bag you may already have. So you might have a bunch of these different colors. You like to coordinate your outfits. You don't have to go out and get a separate diaper bag if you already have a bag that you love. You can just pack it up and pop it into your bag. Slides right in and you're ready to go.
Misty, thank you so much for all the great information. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure.
And friends, don't forget to check out Misty's blog, wingingmotherhood.com.